She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain. Postpartum Changes. Understanding cervical ectopia erosion. A woman's journey toward radiant health and full orgasmic expression requires an internal environment free from chronic inflammation and cellular distress. Among the most common gynecological findings a woman may encounter, particularly following the structural and hormonal changes of childbirth, is cervical ectopia, widely referred to in vernacular health circles as cervical erosion. Affecting approximately 1 in 3 women of childbearing age, this condition is not a literal eating away of tissue, but rather a structural displacement of delicate cellular boundaries. While it demands careful clinical tracking, its long-term stability and complete healing are profoundly dependent on the vascular, hormonal, and immunological health of the pelvis. Intimate gymnastics serves as a vital tool to optimize local circulation, strengthen mucosal barriers, and maintain tissue health without premature surgical intervention. The histology of ectopia, when cellular boundaries shift. To understand the mechanics of cervical erosion, one must visualize the cervix as a critical gatekeeper where 2 entirely different physiological environments meet. The interior of the cervix, the endocervical canal, is naturally lined with a single layer of delicate columnar epithelium. This specific uterine lining is highly vascularized, bright red, and functions best in a neutral to alkaline pH, where it secretes essential fertile mucus. Conversely, the outer portion of the cervix that projects directly into the vaginal canal, the exocervix, is shielded by a durable, multi-layered stratified squamous epithelium. This smooth, pale pink lining is biologically designed to withstand the naturally acidic environment, friction, and diverse microflora of the vaginal canal. During the intense physical stretching of labor, or under the influence of prolonged hormonal fluctuations, the cervix can slightly avert, rolling inside out. When this occurs, the delicate red columnar epithelium of the inner canal shifts outward, exposing itself directly to the open vaginal cavity. Introduced to the highly acidic secretions of the vagina, this fragile uterine lining experiences constant chemical irritation, resembling a raw, inflamed, or eroded surface. Because this exposed column of cells is incredibly thin, it tears easily under physical stress, frequently causing contact spotting after sexual intercourse, increased yellowish discharge, and persistent local discomfort. The critical importance of medical collaboration. Because an exposed ectopia creates an open cellular surface, regular, meticulous monitoring by your attending gynecologist is absolutely non-negotiable. Modern gynecology has transitioned away from aggressively cauterizing or burning every visible erosion, recognizing that ectopia is often a benign physiological state. During a routine clinical examination, your doctor utilizes colposcopy and liquid-based PAP test smears to analyze the cellular cytology of the zone, ruling out atypical cell mutations or human papillomavirus (HPV) activity. A primary clinical concern during these checkups is whether the exposed ectopia has become actively infected or inflamed by opportunistic microflora. If pathogenic bacteria colonize the raw tissue, chronic cervicitis develops, which can compromise the structural integrity of the entire uterus over time. Your physician will always determine the precise diagnostic status of the ectopia and map out an appropriate, individualized treatment path. Intimate gymnastics as a non-surgical protective shield. Where clinical surveillance monitors the cervix, intimate gymnastics actively alters the local cellular environment to promote tissue health. By systematically rehabilitating the pelvic floor muscles, you dramatically improve arterial blood flow and oxygen delivery to the deep pelvic structures, including the cervix. This wave of fresh circulation acts as a powerful non-surgical shield that protects the exposed tissue from inflammation, fueling the local immune response. When an ectopia is properly nourished by a rich blood supply, local immune cells, immunoglobulins, and leukocytes are delivered directly to the cervical mucosa, preventing opportunistic vaginal bacteria from causing an active infection. Accelerating natural squamous metaplasia, enhanced tissue oxygenation, fuels the body's natural healing process, known as squamous metaplasia, where the body gradually replaces the exposed, fragile columnar cells with tough, protective squamous layers, effectively closing the erosion naturally over time. Restoring the vaginal shield. Strengthening the bulbospongiosus muscle seals the vaginal introitus at rest, keeping external pathogens out and allowing the internal vaginal microbiome to remain balanced and protective. By sustaining this high level of cellular vitality, many women can keep their cervical tissues healthy, uninflamed, and highly resilient, avoiding the need for surgical cauterization or cryosurgery for long periods. Post-surgical recovery and future pregnancy preparation. If your gynecologist determines that your ectopia is causing chronic inflammation and requires clinical intervention, such as cryodestruction, radiofrequency ablation, or laser cauterization, intimate gymnastics becomes your premier postoperative recovery protocol. Once your physician conducts a post-surgical follow-up and confirms that the cervix is entirely clean and fully healed, you can safely return to your exercise regimen. Returning to your IG practice at this stage boosts local blood flow, bringing the essential building blocks required to regenerate smooth, supple, and scar-free cervical tissue. Furthermore, maintaining this practice provides invaluable benefits for your long-term reproductive future. A cervix that has been conditioned through intimate gymnastics boasts superior structural elasticity and a robust local immune defense. When you prepare for a subsequent pregnancy, this enhanced tissue resilience ensures that the cervix can reliably support the weight of a developing fetus throughout gestation. During your next labor and delivery, a well-oxygenated elastic cervix dilates smoothly and efficiently, significantly minimizing the risk of painful cervical lacerations, deep tears, or postpartum ectopia recurrence. By mastering the coordination of your pelvic floor, you actively safeguard your body against future structural trauma, preserving your long-term health, cellular youth, and orgasmic potential. Discover the secrets to nurturing your lifestyle and love style at Wish for Love. The electronic version of all chapters from the full book She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain can be found at wishforlove.org.